But you handled it very well because of the children. This world has to be kinder to children. This world has to be better for
like I
children.
said, children are the future, man.
Attribute anything to
exactly, man. You gotta have a conversation. That's why I said keep going back and forth.
Question, but she sounded beautifully right.
He's calling her out.
What he's asking, Kat, is sa lahat ng interaction mo sa social media, what was the best validation that you got? You know, so you have to go to a line.
I like that, man. This guy's calling her out on it.
A post, a reaction, a share, or a comment that just got you. And what comes to mind?
It would have been this really lengthy post that I read once that was posted by a supporter that just said, "I've followed you ever since day one. I've seen how you've grown. I've been along with you for your whole journey, and I'm just so proud to be there with you when you're going through to your next one."
Wow.
And you know, it's just that appreciation.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing a Catriona marathon. I figured this video is super long, so that's why I'm gonna do a live reaction for you guys.
And answered by blah 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 blah, and I'm grateful. Wonderful answer. Diba?
I love that question though.
Ganda. Ganda. But and then you go into specifics. You go into that lengthy, it's lengthy, but this is what I remember. There was somebody who, and then you tell the story, and since day one, and you don't get this every day. And to him or to her out there, I'm grateful.
I'm grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to you, Ian.
Hi, Kat. I'm gonna ask you a very serious question.
Oh.
So it goes like this. Given the current economic state of the Philippines, the inflation rate, and the current Philippine exchange rate, how would you convince the Filipino people that it is still more fun in the Philippines?
Oh my God, that phrase is
I
always
think we
there. It's
really
more
have
fun in
to
the
learn to love
Philippines, eh?
local. What does that mean? That means sourcing our products and building up the livelihoods of our farmers and the people who make products in the Philippines so that we are engaging in our own economy and we're not sourcing outside all the time.
Agreed.
In this way, you could build up the small provinces, make them more tourist attractions, get people to travel and see and love their country because there's so much to fall in love with in the Philippines. And I think we just need to reignite that love for our country and our people.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We're getting there.
Yes, we're getting there.
Let's go to you. Manchit.
Hi, Miss Catriona. Actually, I really love seeing you working closely with your advocacies. And recently, I watched your IG story, and you said earlier that you came from Tondo just to meet these less privileged children. So, as an advocate of education, what can you do to address the current state of the LUMAD schools here in the Philippines?
The LUMAD schools?
Yes.
The LUMAD
well,
schools.
the LUMAD schools,
What
these
is
are
that?
voluntarily run schools by indigenous people.
Oh.
But then currently children are having a hard time. They're going to struggle because they can't hold classes in their classrooms because of the ongoing dispute in Mindanao.
They can't hold classes?
From working closely with education, it doesn't have to be in a classroom that a child can receive knowledge.
Wow.
It can be in a household.
Okay.
It can be through a book. And I think that as long as a child can access some kind of information, whether it be through a family member or a teacher that would come to a house or even through a YouTube video, there's always some aspect where a child can learn and grow. So even
That's
though
so
we
true,
should
man.
take
YouTube teaches us
steps
everything.
to really resolve the disputes that are going on that are stopping them from getting a formal education, which of course is very, very important, we can still make small steps for the time being to facilitate that lack that we're experiencing right now.
Okay.
The lack they're
Wonderful
experiencing
answer.
right now?
But Kat, the way to handle that, because like LUMAD is can be something that's foreign to you. You know, indigenous people. LUMAD, that's a very serious.
Like I've never heard the word LUMAD till now.
Traditional political issue in the country. But the way to handle that is the context clues.
The context clues.
Is very close to you. That's why you handle it well. You know, because whether you're LUMAD, for as long as you're a child, you know what it is about. And when you talked about access to whatever that can make their lives better, access to education, formal or informal, you make a stand.
Informal.
Because one of my strongest advocacies is to improve the lives of children. You have to end it well.
Yes.
In a contest, you are sometimes asked questions very specifically, like lumads, that may not be, familiar, but still it's about children. Because in a contest, you wouldn't say, these are lumas who cannot go to school because they don't have classrooms. But you handle it very well because of the children. This world has to be kinder to children. This world has to be better for
like I
children.
said, children
This
are the
world
future,
has to be
man.
everything.
We don't help the
for
children now.
children. The power of three is very important.
The power of three.
In Q&As and even in public speaking, it's eat, pray, and love. Let's go to you.
Eat, pray, and love.
Magta-throwback lang ako, Tito Boy, no? Before joining Binibining Pilipinas, you're part of a camp. And maraming napasald when you joined Binibining Pilipinas na bigla kang naging independent.
Is that her?
Until now, hindi pa rin namin alam
Oh, wow.
kung ano yung reason.
Oh, wow.
So my
I like it when she has her
question
hair down, man.
Would you rather be the one who hides the truth or the one who tells a lie?
What kind of question is that?
I would rather be the one who hides the truth because I believe no matter what, the truth will always come out. And, I always believe in staying true to myself, which is what I did in being an independent candidate. I just wanted to
Oh,
create
she's
my
an
own
independent
team. Instead
candidate.
of
Wow.
having the focus on multiple girls, I got undivided focus from a team of people that I chose myself. So I was allowed to be a creator in that space and surround myself with a core team, and it's one of the best decisions I made.
She has a
Fantastic
great
answer.
team, man.
You know why? It's so gut. So, she was made to choose, and she chose.
And she chose.
Diba? Hindi yung, what truth? What? No. It has to be so, really? You're so ready. Okay, Gian, let's go to you.
Hi.
Hi.
Mine's a little bit serious, but I know and I'm very aware.
Oh, I'm
that
sorry,
your
the
team
street's gonna
is advocate.
crashing right now.
Do you
I
really
can see
think
it.
that ambassadors and an ambassadress, like beauty queens, have a voice and can move
Of course they have a
mountains
voice.
in convincing the government in making it a national priority?
Of course
I like
they
that
have a
question.
voice.
Thank you. I think we do have a voice to use. Why? Because governments listen to the people.
They do.
And if I can be a voice to the people and either empower them to speak up,
Believe
or to
me,
somehow create
she has a
awareness
lot
for
of power right
education about
now.
the cause, just like I
Being
do
Miss
as a
Universe.
HIV advocate.
Like, look how many
I
followers
go
she
around
got,
for
like, in
campus tours.
less than a
That's
month.
when
Like,
you
less
have
than a
enough
week.
collective
Over
voices,
4
that's
million
when the
followers,
government
man.
start to hear us.
That's
Very,
it.
very good. It sounded again so right. I mean,
That's it. Power to the
because I
people.
knew your question. I knew your question. Your question is, can beauty queens be effective to convince government, to make
I believe it,
HIV
man.
programs a
Beauty
priority?
queens can because they have a powerful voice.
Different
You're a big
routes.
voice.
Do you-
Because
do
so
you
many
get the
people
difference
look
of
up
the
to her right
question?
now, man.
Yeah.
But the first thing that came into my mind is like, obviously no beauty queen's gonna walk into to government and say,
demand.
hey, let me convince you.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
You know
No.
what I mean?
Right.
Because
You
as
see?
one person, that's not enough to make someone sit up and listen.
Okay.
Most of the time. Sometimes it does work. But, even as being a beauty queen, what I'm amazed at is how we rally people together. Whether it be for the pageant, whether it be for fundraising or, just awareness that kind of ripples across. I think that's a beauty queen's greatest asset.
That's right. Let's go to Amir.
Hello, good evening. Hi, Kat.
Hi, Amir.
Before I start my question, I'd just like you to know
Okay.
that you're currently leading in our Missology's hat. That is because we believe you fit to the title Miss Universe.
Thank you.
Aww.
Next morning, fun.
See you in Thailand. I'll be
Thank
there.
you.
See you in
Do you
Thailand.
really go wherever it is held?
Yes.
Galing naman.
We have a correspondent who's been covering different pageants.
We, Missology.
Yes, Missology.
Galing.
My
Mixology.
question would be, how will you convince a feminist that beauty pageants like Miss Universe are still relevant and not shallow in today's society?
That's right.
I
Good.
believe the aim of feminism isn't to bring women down for what they choose to express themselves as or what they choose to pursue.
Okay.
I think, and I believe that the whole aim of feminism is to support women.
That's
in
right.
Whatever they choose to do.
That
as
is
long
right.
As it's considerate and respectful to someone else.
Look at him.
That's it.
Great answer, man. He loved that answer. Great answer. Great answer.
Let's stop this. You ready? Diba? It's right on spot. Diba? Eric, you've asked. Eric, go ahead.
Hi, Kat.
Hi, Eric.
Hello. I've been following your beauty pageant journey since 2016.
Oh, thank you.
And yes, and I
Since
rarely hear you comment
2016,
on political
wow.
issues. So I have two questions.
Let's see.
First one is it something that you really avoid? And then second one, what political issue or issues do you feel strongly for?
My laugh kills you.
And why?
So
I don't know,
your
is that a good
question,
thing?
why don't I speak a
Do you
lot
avoid?
about politically charged subjects? I like to take it if it's at the time and place.
Okay.
I'm not going to be a public figure that just spouts opinion without being considerate of both sides and validating both
Okay.
sides, because at the end of the day, I wear a Philippine sash, and the Philippines is made up of millions of Filipinos with different
Millions.
points of view and different political standpoints. So I
Okay.
never want to polarize that.
Okay.
Whereas for my own individual beliefs,
Hey,
something that
good
I'm
evening.
passionate about
What up?
is really
So it's evening over there, right? It's like
inequality,
it's
and
like almost
that,
midnight over here.
Unequal access to basic human rights, such as education. And this is something close to my heart because I work in Tondo a lot. Or even education, working with Love Yourself, where there are so many areas that are experiencing just a gap of awareness of basic education, and it alters people's lives. So if I could push for anything, it would be for the government to really
It's not that high pitch, bro.
just bunk down and assess the Philippines as a whole, not just Manila, because we have some great educational places and facilities here, but in all the Philippines, should
All
we
the
see
Philippines,
equal
man.
access to education.
That's
so then we
right.
can rise up as one people and
That's
be
right.
able to storm
Rise
forward
up.
to the future on an equal standpoint.
I like that.
I like that. That was a good answer, man.
And Kat, it
She's
would
quick with her
sound
answers too. You guys notice that?
really,
She's
really
super
great if
quick.
you always go back to your story. And that's what you did just now. You go back to Tondo, you go back to children, you go back to education. You would relate inequality to education. It's really, really fantastic. You know why it's effective? Because it's a real story.
Like, I know you've traveled in most parts of our country and have immersed in local cultures. In the recent Miss Universe that was held here, most said that it lacked in
The indigenous
promoting our
people.
culture
That's
as a
what
nation.
Lumad is.
As a beauty queen,
Thank you
and
very
I know
much
for
for
a
that,
fact
man.
You love to travel.
Well, not man. Thank you very much for
how
that,
would you help
Evelyn.
in promoting the culture
Okay, I'm gonna
of
call
the
you Evelyn.
Philippines,
That's cool.
in the international community?
Well, actually, I took the task of making my national costume very seriously.
Yeah, I seen the other
wanted
ones.
to represent
The costume that she
authentic
did.
Filipino culture. So I traveled and I researched. I asked questions because I wanted to step out on the international stage.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
love that
I am
dress
too.
she
For
chose,
you
man.
guys to see it, I really am. I'm bursting, and I wanted to just showcase our culture in a way that maybe one Filipino would be like, "Wow, that makes me proud," and another Filipino would be like, "I never knew that about our culture. How
Wow.
amazing!" So that's what I'm doing in that.
I love the answer. You can probably just add a line because that can be tricky. It's very
Okay.
tricky because culture is a way of life. Clothing
Culture
is just
is.
one. Culture is about, but you do not expect, say, a queen. I'm just giving Kat some ideas. You do not expect a queen to cover everything that has something to do with culture. But as a queen, that matters a lot because how
Yep.
I present myself internationally is visual, and I want to wear something that is Filipino.
Okay.
John.
Some beauty queens, after their reign, they pursue going to show business. Do you
Yeah.
see yourself
Let's
being
see.
in show business?
No,
If
she's gonna stay with the
not,
kids. She's gonna stay with the
what
kids.
would you pursue?
Let's see.
I could imagine myself going more in the direction of music.
Okay, never mind. She's going to music.
Because,
Never
as
mind.
I said, arts is something very close to me. I love watching Broadway. I love musicals. I love singing. I love watching live music.
Okay.
So music is something I definitely like to explore. And other than that, I would love to have my own business. I've
Let's
always
see.
been
Let's see your
passionate
own
about
business.
Philippine textiles, so I would love to find a way to market that to more people and then provide a livelihood program.
You
to
know what's
your
funny? Even though she was like born and raised in
Miss
Australia,
Gray will be a
she
textile
loves her
model.
country, man. She loves her country.
The only thing that's confusing there, Kat, is that music is showbiz,
Oh, okay.
in a way. But yes, it can be part of the show business. So
I
the
like
way
this
to
guy,
handle that
man.
is if,
You're not letting nothing slide.
A little bit of music, yeah, that's the showbiz part of me. But I love the textiles.
Okay.
Love the textiles. Serious? Let's partner.
You'll see it in my wardrobe and miss you.
Talaga?
Yeah.
That's really a surprise. Okay, let's go to Justin.
Hi, Miss Kat.
Hi, Justin.
So I have a very contemporary question and issue. I want to know what are your thoughts on the recent signage of the mental health
The Mental Health Act?
I think it's a great step forward because I
Okay.
believe that there's more awareness now than there ever was before. And it's something that usually wasn't talked about because we saw it as a weak will or a weak sense of character, or maybe they're
mental
just going through
illness
something
doesn't make
bad,
you
or,
weak, man.
You
It
know,
just
we made
needs,
up all
you
of
need
these
some help.
excuses to color over what was the truth behind it. But now that we have something being put in place, the proper education can find its way into the hands of people who need it. And
That's
the
right.
stigma can start to break apart.
That's right. Well said. Well said, Miss Catriona.
That's a wonderful, wonderful answer.
As you said, do you think the Philippines is ready for this act, the bill, the mental health?
Why wouldn't we be?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has reached a point of awareness in their community, in their personal life. We're more interconnected more than ever.
Oh,
And with
awesome!
that, we need to start
I'm glad that
thinking
you
about
subbed,
where are they
man.
going
And I'm
through?
actually
What is
excited
my
for
family
when I come to the
member going
Philippines
through? What
too.
is my friend going through? It's
I
so
really
much
want to
more
give
than
back,
what
and I
was
think
on
giving
TV.
back to the
And
kids,
in an age of social media,
like,
we need to
that's a
listen
lot.
to
Like,
the
helps a
service
lot.
now more than ever.
And thank you again for subbing.
At saka, seriously speaking, it's going to save a lot of lives. Diba? Mark.
Do it! Just do it!